Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lizette Abebo. If you're new here, karibu sana. Let me take this opportunity to thank you all for subscribing to my YouTube channel. We hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful to you, my subscribers and my viewers. If you're watching and you have not yet subscribed, kindly do that. So in today's video, I'll be making cinnamon rolls. So on to the ingredients, we have wheat flour, dry instant yeast, salt, margarine, sugar, cinnamon and water. So let's start the process. We're going to start by measuring our flour. I'm going to use 1 cup of all-purpose flour, all-purpose wheat flour, just like that. Start with the dry ingredients first, and then you're going to add a pinch of salt. This is optional, just a pinch like that, just for taste. And then I'll add the dry instant yeast. I'm going to measure this. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of dry instant yeast. Dry instant yeast makes my work easier because I don't have to proof the yeast first. Just like that. And this is the yeast that I'm using, as you can see. The brand, this is the brand Angel. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar, but it's optional. You can choose to put your sugar here, or you can choose to put your sugar later on when you're now folding the rolls. So, but it's also good to put some sugar here. So what I'm doing, I'm just mixing the dry ingredients all together. Just like that. Sorry, I had to make sure that it's recording. So once you've mixed that, you're going to use 1/2 cup of warm water. Don't use too hot water, don't use cold water. So this is the amount of water that I'm using. Just like that. I'm going to mix this up. Just like that. What happens if you use hot water, too hot water? It will kill the yeast. If you use cold water, the yeast will not be activated. So use lukewarm water. So I'm just going to go in with my hands. Going to mix this. The dough should be soft so that it's easy to mix. Just like that. So I'm going to transfer my dough onto this surface, and then I'm going to, knead it for 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, so you put some flour here, and then you go ahead and transfer your dough. So we're going to knead this for 15 minutes, just like this. That. So at this stage, we're going to be adding our margarine. Make sure that the dough is not sticking on the surface or on your hands. And then you need all the energy to do this, especially if you're kneading a very big dough, or if you're making a lot of cinnamon rolls. So I've also made, this is the same procedure of making a bread dough. If you've not yet watched that video, go to my YouTube channel and search for that video, homemade bread using sand and jiko. You will love it. So we're going to start to add our margarine. I'm gonna scoop it like that. Then you add at intervals. So that's 1 tablespoon of margarine. This process can be messy, so you have to bear with me. So we're going to knead this dough until it stops sticking on the hands and on the surface. So as you can see, I'm adding in my margarine at intervals. Yeah. Just like that. Make sure you knead nicely until all the margarine is mixed well with the dough. As you can see, the dough is coming together nicely. We are going to let this sit for 1 hour. This is how your dough should be. It's not sticking on the hands and it's not sticking on the surface either. So I'm gonna make this into a round ball like that. See, just like that, and then I'm going to put it here. Cover it with a clean cloth or a cling film. So we're going to do that. We're going to cover this and leave it for 1 hour for the dough to rise or to double in size. just like that. I'm going to leave this for 1 hour. I'm going to preheat the oven right now for 15 minutes at 180 degrees for 15 minutes. As we are preheating our oven, let's now make the filling. So if you have brown sugar, the better, but for now I'm going to use normal sugar. I'm going to use 2.5 tablespoons, and then I'm going to use cinnamon. Two tablespoons cinnamon, and then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of margarine, then we're going to give it a nice mix, just like that. So let's mix this. Just keep mixing. It smells so good. So this is looking nice. So our filling is ready. Can you taste it? It's delicious. So this is ready, and so is our dough. So we're going to keep this aside. Clean this surface because you're going to use this surface to roll out our dough. So let's do that. And our dough has doubled in size, so we're just going to punch it. So it's been 1 hour and our dough has doubled in size, so we're just going to punch it to release the excess. Air that has been trapped inside. So now we are going to roll out our dough. and it smells so good. Wish you were here to smell it. It smells so good. So we want to make what do we call it, a rectangle shape. So let me roll this out like that. Like this. Don't make it too thin. I think this is just perfect. Don't make the dough too thin and don't make it too thick. This is the right size. So we're now going to spread our filling. This is our filling, so we're just going to spread it on the dough. Let's see. Like this, the way you spread margarine on the bread, that's what you're going to do. So this is my first time trying out this recipe. I hope it will be delicious. Yeah, so you can try it out and share the outcome or the results. So I'm just going to sprinkle the excess mixture that I had made of sugar and cinnamon. Just going to sprinkle it like that. Now we are going to roll it. So I'm going to make it into rolls. Make sure you make it as close as you can so that it forms nice rolls and it doesn't unravel. This so that it does not open, just like that, and just like that you've made the roll. So we're going to cut them into small rolls, and then we're going to place them in our baking tin. So let's do that. So now we're just going to cut them into pieces. So you see how they look. You can make them as big as you want or as small as you want them to be. But for me, I think this is the perfect size that I want to achieve. Just like that. So we're going to wipe our baking tray. You can use the rectangular tray, but for me I'll use this one, the round one. If you have parchment paper, you can use it to line your what do you call it? To line your baking tray. Or you can use what do you call it? Foil. But since I don't have any of that at the moment, I'm just going to grease my baking tray with some oil so that it doesn't stick at the bottom. So we're just going to cover this for 10 more minutes. We're going to place them here, and then we're going to cover for 10 more minutes. So now we're just going to line our baking tray with some oil. I'm using oil to line the tray. If you have parchment paper, you can use it, or if you have foil, you can use that so that they don't stick. But if you don't have any of that, just use oil. So I'm just going to start by arranging them. You space them out so that when they double in size, they have space for that. So there you have it. So now I'm going to use my cling film to cover this up for 10 more minutes. So I'll just cover this with my cling film. For 10 minutes. Just like that. just like that for 10 minutes. Our cinnamon rolls have been covered for 10 minutes and they have doubled in size, as you can see. So now I want to put them in the oven. Our oven has been preheated for 10 minutes at 180 degrees. So let's go and put them in the oven. The temperature is still at 180 degrees. Heat is coming from top and bottom, and we're going to bake this for 25 minutes. So in goes our rolls. We are baking at the middle, so that's where you're going to place them. I've set my temperature at 180 degrees. The heat is coming from top and bottom, and we're going to bake that for 25 minutes. We have placed it at the middle of the oven. So now I'm just going to close the oven. And leave that for 25 minutes. It's been 25 minutes and our cinnamon rolls are ready. So let me get that out of the oven. Look at that, guys. Just look at that. So place them there. Let them cool, and then we will taste them. It's been 25 minutes and our cinnamon rolls are ready. So look at this. They are so soft. They are well done. And they are very tasty. Let's meet in the next video.